Hola, boys and girls.
Right back into it. Look at this. We live again.
Jonathan Mercado.
Ben Rudnick.
Doing another Facebook Wednesday with all our favorites watching right now. Thank you very much for joining, guys. Just want to go through, what are we going to call it today, Ben?
Integrate Wednesday.
Wonder why.
We're really coming up with some real good ones these days.
So, guys, you'll find out more on when we get to the point of the brand of the week about why we're calling it Integrated Wednesday. So, tune in later in this episode. Let's start off with some of the house cleaning stuff. So obviously we've spoken about it almost every week now, but it is coming very, very close.
Getting here fast.
Yeah, June 7th through the 9th is Knowledge Fest in Atlantic City. We will be going fast this year because Go Fast will be showing off at Knowledge Fest in Atlantic City. So mark your calendars, June 7th through the 9th. It's going to be taking place in the Saharas or Harrah's.
The Harrah's Resort and
that.
Convention Center.
I can never say it.
It's the big old convention center that's down. That's where all the good stuff goes down. It's at 777 Harrah's Boulevard in Atlantic City, which would make sense seeing that this is Knowledge Fest Atlantic City. But we're going to have, GoFast is going to have their booth there, so make sure you check us out. But Knowledge Fest is still going to do the Knowledge Fest thing. So tons of different things. Again, separate workshops, and this was something that I wrote down. Thought was very, very cool. I'm glad that they're doing this. So separate workshops for sales and marketing, owners and managers. So separate ones for, if you got somebody that's more sales focused, maybe somebody that's doing your merchandising, your marketing, we're going to have stuff for them. There's going to be stuff specifically for owners and managers, and then technicians and fabricators are going to have their own. So something for literally everybody. You could bring the entire shop. You could bring the entire family, but you could bring everybody down.
So let me make a comment about that because I've been to several Knowledge Fests in my life, and I can tell you it's an absolute day of learning. Well, not a day, a weekend of learning because it's a few days of the event going on. And let me tell you, the information you get out of those workshops are insane. I've learned so much about different products. They have, like Ben was saying, they have owner workshops. So, pretty much teaching owners how to think outside the box, which, adding additional revenue into your shops. Installers, they have separate install workshops showing you fabrication and stuff like that, using laser machines and CNCs and, how to do 3D printing. So that's pretty cool. They show that stuff off and they talk about it. They also have just a one-on-one conversation that you can have with the manufacturers about their product line and what they have cool and new to offer this year. So definitely, if you haven't been to a Knowledge Fest, I recommend you guys to go with a clear mind. Make sure that you have questions in your head because it is an event for our industry. A lot of people go there. A lot of vendors show up there. It isn't at a new venue, Atlantic City, which is a hot spot. Like Ben said, bring your family on the boardwalk. They have it's like almost like a carnival style setup. They've got the beach right there on the boardwalk where you can just go with the kids swimming. They've got plenty of restaurants. They've got plenty of things to do in that area. I've been to Atlantic City several times, so I can tell you're not going to be bored.
Yeah, and I was going to say one big thing that you could talk about, and right by what Jonathan was talking about, is on that Friday, because again, things kick off on Friday. So Friday night, we want to make sure we kick the festivities off in the right way. So Go Fast and Davis Distributing is going to be hosting the biggest 12-volt party of the year. That's going to be at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. So that's going to be at 1000 Boardwalk in Atlantic City. So that's,
you can't miss it.
Right on the boardwalk. And like Jonathan said, I want to get the name right, but it's Steel Pier Amusement Park. So right next to that. So again, while you're maybe thinking about going to the party, you're getting ready, something to do with the family right beforehand. You could do a little bit earlier on in the day if you wanted to, after you get your learn on at Knowledge Fest. Or maybe the family just goes down there while you get your learn on, and maybe the adults do the adult partying, with the team at Go Fast later on. But very, very cool. But while you're there, again, they're going to still have the show floor and all that. So again, like Jonathan had mentioned, one-on-one talks with some of the best people in the industry, some of the most important people in the industry. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of our vendor partners on there too. I don't know if you want to run down the list real quick, but a lot of Go Fast partners are going to be there.
So while you're on the showroom floor, make sure you support, you show support to all our valued partners. Sony's going to be there, First Tech's going to be there, SiriusXM, JVC, Kenwood, Kicker, Vox, Alpine, Blaupunk, Boss, Cicada, Directed, Lucas Lighting, I'm sorry, Memphis, Metra, Racesport, RDVFL, Rydeen, and WaveTech will be in attendance with a bunch of other vendors there that are supporting also Knowledge Fest. So guys, make sure you go to Knowledge Fest. It is a great time. Weekend, I guarantee you, it's not going to be a weekend loss. It's going to be a weekend of you learning about stuff and learning about what is new, hot in our industry.
Yeah, and the best part is, again, that's why we wanted to highlight that list. This is all stuff that you guys have access to. There is going to be some other stuff there. I'm sure there's going to be some interesting vendors that we don't do business with, but a very large percentage of our team, our vendor partner team, is going to be there, and it's all the stuff that's the fastest movers. It's all the stuff that's the most popular SKUs, lines, everything that's going to be there. So if you're a Go Fast team member, if you're a dealer that supports Go Fast, you're going to have tons and tons of stuff there to learn about. So just another reason to get on down.
And next thing we're going to talk about is coming up. You're starting to see a lot more flyers coming out. Is our Hicksville grand opening. So Go Fast is in New York, guys. So
we've been there.
We've been there for quite some time. But this is our grand opening in Hicksville. Mark your calendars. It's going to be May 15th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's going to be at 100 Tech, so TEC Street, Unit B, Hicksville, New York. There's going to be trainings, there's going to be swag giveaways, food, drinks, and much, much more. The Linkswell demo truck will be on site on display, so you could, check out Linkswell in general.
Yeah, we've got it out in front of the Middletown office, doing demos out there. Yeah. It's an awesome vehicle to check out, so we want to get it down there so the New York guys can get a little love there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. If you haven't played around with Linkswell products, guys, they make some really, really cool products. Like, I know you guys have seen a lot of the stuff that these customers are bringing in from like Amazon or eBay, these tablet radios that really, really don't work. They suck. I can tell you, Linkswell has perfected it. They are a big OE brand. They do a lot of stuff that all those other radios do not do. So definitely check out Linkswell. The demo truck will be there at the Hicksville location grand opening. Not only that, there is going to be an announcement of First Tech training. So Nick Frazier, the man himself, is going to be down doing training on one of the hottest products right now on the market, the Drone XC. Everybody has I'm telling you, a million questions about the Drone XC. I don't have all the answers. Ben doesn't have all the answers. So this is your opportunity to ask those questions to the actual trainer, the actual person who has his hands in the Drone XC and can tell you the ins and out of the product. Nick will be there on site at the Hicksville grand opening. So make sure you show up. And one thing I want to mention is training spaces are limited, guys. So you do have to register through Eventbrite to lock up your spot today. It also will give you the latest information on all the vendors and trainings we're going to have there, and also gives you the latest information and hands-on training from McGuire's detailing products. So I know a lot of you guys want to expand your horizon and do something to bring added revenue. Well, detailing is hot, and even if you don't do detailing in your facilities, you can buy the products, put them on your shelf. Everybody knows McGuire's, let me tell you. If you don't know McGuire's, I don't know what rock you live under, but they've been around for decades. And let me tell you, their products are solid and bulletproof, and they really, really perform. So McGuire's is going to be there doing, training, showing you all the different products, showing you all the different techniques, shall we say, on how to detail. So definitely, you don't want to miss out because those are two pretty cool trainings.
Yeah, and I think the McGuire's thing is really cool. Obviously, the Drone XC, I mean, we don't even have to say any more about that. There's a lot of buzz around there, but there's also a lot of questions brand new. So there's questions that you guys are just coming up with. I won't say issues, but different things that you run into, different maybe stumbling blocks that you've run into, maybe some best practices you want to share with your fellow 12-volt installers as well. But the Meguiar's thing, I think, is really cool because, again, you're going to learn a little bit about the actual products and stuff like that, which you can all just cash and carry. So you don't really have to be doing detailing to carry these products, but it's nice to know what you have access to. But there are some things like doing ceramic coating, some higher level detailing stuff that is extremely profitable. If you guys haven't had a car ceramic coated, if you haven't offered that service out, you'd be surprised. I can guarantee almost everybody be surprised on what kind of pricing that commands and what kind of margins that you can make on there. But there's a lot of work that goes into it. There's definitely a right and a wrong way to apply these coatings. And if you don't do it correctly, that very profitable job goes upside down very, very quick. So we want to go and make sure you guys are fully educated on all of that process. So a little bit is something for everybody. So even if you're not looking to add detailing as an actual category that you perform, you're going to learn about stuff that you can clerk over the counter, make tons of money, and again, a huge, huge, huge name in the industry.
Yeah, Meguiar's been around for, like I said, forever. I've used it personally in my vehicles. It's great stuff. They've got very unique stuff also, like a tire shine that's a gel, which not a lot of companies do out there, and it's a long-lasting gel. So it's definitely one of the better brands out there to do detailing products on. Now, let's not forget what also is out there right now. It's marine season. Not only is it marine season, it's also bike season. So slingshots, Rikers, Harley Davidsons, Indians. I could go on and on with all the different bikes that are out there. But there's a marine season and a boat season happening right now, guys. I'm one of them. I've got a personal boat. I pulled my boat out a few weeks out to do work on it, clean it up. You know, I did a couple of stereo upgrades in my boat. So I just wanted to say, be on the lookout for your shops because people are coming in. They want to get their boats in. These marine guys have a very small window. Usually, what is it, Memorial Day it's coming up or Labor Day?
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. So usually you want to have the boat ready by Memorial Day weekend. Why? Because everybody puts their boats out on Memorial Day weekend. Everybody's out in the lakes, rivers, oceans, just cruising along, putting along. So we got a lot of those boat guys come to your shops. And are asking for audio to put in their boats and lighting. There's a bunch of audio and lighting we carry in-house here. We also have a marine flyer that is going out right now and showing some of your favorite brands, including Triton Marine Power Sports at 20% off on speakers, subs, amps, and sound bars. Bundle deals, and I mean, guys, there's bundle deals going on from Memphis, Kicker, Diamond Audio, Rockford, and Clarion right now. So make sure you be on the lookout for that flyer. Also, at the show, there is going to be, I forgot to say this, at the Hicksville show, there are going to be specials. So, make sure that you come ready to get in on some of those specials. Very limited quantities. So there's going to be sub and amp box combos. There's going to be radio specials, detailing specials, Blaupunk e-bike specials. If you're not selling Blaupunk e-bike and are in the New York location, shame on you, seeing that they're one of 2 bikes that is actually approved to be sold in New York City and qualifies for the New York City rebate on top of that.
There we go.
So it's a win-win, guys. You're going to see all of that down there at Hicksville location. Like I stated earlier, I know I'm beating a dead horse with a bat, but I just want to reiterate that it is coming up on May 15th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. So that way you get a little feel for it. Now, let's talk about our brand of the week. And our brand of the week this week is RDVFL.
Yeah, and this is a category that we were getting asked for forever. So we had to say, nope, sorry guys. And this is going on since CarPlay and Android Auto was introduced, because cars have had factory screens for a while, and a lot of factory cars come with CarPlay and Android Auto. But you want to know what a lot of factory cars also don't come with? CarPlay and Android Auto. They got the screen, they got the option, but they say, oh, sorry, you didn't get that right trim level. So that beautiful, big old, it could be an 8-inch screen. Sometimes
8-inch, 13, 15-inch.
Got that beautiful screen. But sorry, we can't give you that functionality. So instead, you can go out and replace that radio and maybe you're downgrading. Again, you didn't get the link swell option. Maybe that wasn't in there. So now you have to go from this nice huge factory screen down to a little bit smaller aftermarket screen. And again, you guys are great salespeople. You can go ahead and give everybody the reasons why you would want to change out to maybe one of those other aftermarket radios. But some customers just like factory integration. They like their vehicle. They like the way it is. They don't really want to disrupt the apple cart here. They just want to add a couple things on. And we finally got it.
RDVFL.
We finally got it.
Rich is the owner of RDVFL. He is very, very knowledgeable in this industry. If you ever need any tech support on his products, something funky going on, you call the tech support line. He is the person that picks up. That man, I've called him, at 8 o'clock at night, and he's picked up the phone and helped me out.
Oh, on the phone, at the shows.
Yeah.
If you see him in person, he's going to help you out. All the YouTube videos, he's putting out YouTube videos. You're going to know Rich very, very,
very
intimately if you're dealing with the RDV products.
So let me tell you a quick rundown of the RDV product because it has a lot of unique features. So customer comes in, has just throwing this out there, Ford F-150 with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Hates that he has to plug in his phone. God, I hate that. I hate it. I hate it myself.
He got the CarPlay Android Auto. He just didn't get the wire.
You just got to plug it in. Rich has two units that actually make that piece wireless CarPlay Android Auto. He has the CPAA mirror, all right, and then he has the streamer. Let me tell you the differences between the two. Now, here's another unique feature before I get into telling you about these two pieces. If the vehicle has Apple CarPlay but not Android Auto, I don't understand why manufacturers ever think just putting one and not the other. Because believe it or not, yes, statistics don't lie. 60% of the United States is Apple CarPlay. But what's the other rest? There's only one other brand that does the other rest. So you're missing the boat on getting the attention from the other vendors, the other, Android, aka Android. So what Rich does is his unit, both of them, if the vehicle has Apple CarPlay wired with either the CPA mirror or the streamer, you plug it in. Now it gives you Apple CarPlay, Android Auto wirelessly. So it adds that feature of Android Auto into the vehicle when it wasn't an original option. It has to have Apple CarPlay and not Android Auto. If it just has Android Auto, unfortunately, this won't add Apple CarPlay. But if it has Apple CarPlay and not Android Auto, it will add Android Auto. Now, the differences between the two units, okay? This is your entry-level add-on wireless CarPlay Android Auto. Not only that, it also has a sub-menu, so that it'll do if you hotspot your hotspot. Everybody has a hotspot with their cell phones. It all depends on your plan service. I, unfortunately, am cheap. Well, I'm not unfortunately. I'm a cheap person, and I have, a lot of people have laughed at me, but I've had it for over 10 years, and it's been flawless. Straight Talk from Walmart. That service, I only pay $45 a month, and it includes 20 gigs of hotspot service. So I hotspot into my charger with my RDVFL piece, and now I can watch Netflix. So I'm watching Netflix movies, and I'm watching YouTube videos. Now this piece is pretty cool. This is for if you just want to add wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. This piece will do it. This piece will do Netflix and Android Auto. But step up from this is the streamer. Now this streamer is pretty cool, and I'm going to tell you why. So the streamer obviously allows for HDMI input, so you can add a source going out into a monitor or drop down whatever with this piece. It also comes with the adapter to convert over from USB-A to USB-C.
And I just want to stop on that really quick. I opened up a lot of the products out here today. You're going to get that adapter in, so whether the vehicle has USB-A or C, again, it's a small thing, but man, the worst thing is when you get caught. A lot of times you can't just run to the store and grab one of these adapters. They got it for you in a box. Again, small thing, but that could go a long way when you're in the middle of the car. You're the only person there. You don't have time to run to the store. I don't even know who would carry that piece in there. And you definitely don't got time to wait for it to get shipped to you online. So get small things, but that makes a big difference in a lot of cases.
Details. I love details. They're like Ben was saying, details.
Yeah, and
so
the adapter for HDMI as well.
So a lot of companies don't include the micro HDMI, which a lot of vendors are using micro HDMI to HDMI. Rich from RDVFL includes that adapter, so all you gotta do is put the micro HDMI in, and now you can source out to an HDMI drop down or headrest TVs, whatever has HDMI output, you can do it.
Yeah, dual zone capability, guys. So you can actually use you've got the rear entertainment system going. You want to control what's going on back there, but at the same time, you still want to have the ability to use your CarPlay, your wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. You can actually do that with that piece.
So
huge, awesome.
So Ben taught me a lot of things about this. Let me tell you, I didn't know. It has a built-in 128 gigabyte SD card for offline usage, meaning you can download content onto this RDVFL piece, the streamer, and play it offline to your factory radio or the drop-down TV.
Yeah, you're almost looking at this again, like we talked about some other manufacturers doing Android-based systems where you're downloading content, apps, and stuff right onto the unit. That's what this thing does. So you're not having to use your phone necessarily as the middleman. Again, you're still able to utilize your phone in conjunction with this. But you can put stuff right onto the unit, which is awesome. Again, you download your Netflix, you download your HBO Max, whatever streaming apps that you happen to have, and then you can even download content onto there. So you don't have to stream, so you don't have to have a hotspot, but if you need it, it's right there. And again, one other thing on there, which was really, really cool, it has an actual SIM card slot. So let's just say that you don't want to use your phone as a hotspot for whatever reason. You have that capability, but that's just not your deal. You want to have something dedicated. Now you have a dedicated Wi-Fi hotspot. All you have to do is go to your provider, get yourself another SIM card. There's most likely going to be some things you have to work on with your data plans or your cell phone plan, but now you have something that's dedicated in the vehicle. If you have to step out for a second, maybe you forgot your phone, it doesn't matter. You've got it all right on there. Awesome stuff.
So I know a lot of you guys have bought hotspots through your cell phone companies, or you don't have a hotspot like Ben said. You call your cell phone company up. I know I did. They sent me over a SIM card. I popped it into my RDVFL streamer piece, and now I have a hotspot in the vehicle. We get asked about hotspots all the time. Do you guys sell any hotspot stuff? No. This will do it. This will be your hotspot, guys. I've also told you that you can call your cell phone companies and request a hotspot. It looks similar to this, but it's just a hotspot box that you put in the vehicle and leave it in there, and there's your hotspot. But this will do it. Not only will it be pretty cool that you don't have to use your cell phone to hotspot into the RDVFL piece, like Ben stated and I stated, it has an SD card slot. So you put the SD card slot in. Now this becomes, it accepts internet. You can do a lot more than you can do with the CPAA mirror. This piece will do Hulu, Netflix, ESPN, what else? YouTube videos, YouTube. It'll also stream audio, you know what I mean? So
all the things you guys keep asking is, how do I get this on? How do I add this in? Well, now you got a way. Because again, this is not something that is easy. The manufacturers of a lot of the radios, especially when you're dealing with CarPlay and Android Auto, they don't want you doing things in the car that they deem you're not supposed to do. So they limit you. You get this real huge roadblock. But there are situations in which you can use it, which it is legal. Again, like we're saying, having rear seat entertainment, that's something that you can actually utilize while you're driving. But it's very difficult on a lot of factory systems and even aftermarket systems if you don't have a piece like that.
Correct. So these two pieces are unique. There is a latest update on the CPAA mirror that they will work on head units, meaning Kenwood, if it's wired Kenwood, wired JVC, wired Sony, now with the new CPAA Mirror-S.
Sony now included.
Yeah, now included, so you can do wireless CarPlay Android Auto and the Netflix and the YouTube on those radios, and all you need is the CPAA Mirror. So there is a new model out. It's on the way to us, guys. So just with the older model will work on every unit but Sony. The new model will work on every unit with, including Sony. So customer comes in, they buy this eBay special $99 CarPlay Android Auto radio. The thing just sucks. And guy wants to do wireless CarPlay Android Auto. Well, Mr. Customer, as long as he has a USB cable, USB-N, USB-C, or A, he'll be able to just plug it in and do the wireless CarPlay Android Auto. I dropped that.
We'll get that out.
Wireless CarPlay Android Auto, right off of the head unit. So it works with aftermarket units. It works with factory units, but the factory vehicle has to have CarPlay Android Auto from the factory, or just CarPlay from the factory.
But I just promised everybody that if they didn't even have CarPlay Android Auto, we still got something for them.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, it's
So
lots more.
RDVFL also is very well known for adding CarPlay Android Auto on Mercedes-Benzes that don't come with Apple CarPlay Android Auto. Not only will this piece add Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, it'll also add the ability to add a backup camera to it. Obviously, it has the RCA right there for backup camera.
And front camera in a lot of cases.
Front camera, HDMI input, mirroring of your phone, USB video. It's a true plug and play. It does front camera and rear camera. So these are, they do a lot, and they do a lot of exotic cars too. They do Mercedes-Benz, BMW,
Yeah, Rolls-Royce.
Rolls-Royce. They've got a special kit for Rolls-Royce, and they've got for Teslas. They have
Bentleys.
Bentley. Oh, we missed the Tesla
I was going
one.
to say, we want to make sure we get back to the Tesla. But the reason why we say some of these vehicles is I think in our minds, a lot of times we say, when I see that car come in,
Man, I'm good.
I don't have anything for you, buddy. I'd love to install something for you. I'd love to help you out, but I don't have anything for it. Make sure you double check the website, rdvfl.com. Very, very easy. But make sure you go and check on there before you say no to a customer, because you'd be surprised on what kind of solutions that Rich has out there for you. And a lot of these units, as Jonathan said, are plug and play units. The one thing to make sure to double check is all the compatibility notes, double check the install guides, because there are certain situations that there are a more advanced installation. I say this because, again, it's very, very easy in most cases. So labor time is going to be relatively minimal. Again, you're going to charge what you charge for the installation of the piece. But there are some solutions that it is a little bit more of an advanced installation. You just want to make sure you're taking that into account when you're quoting out the labor price for the job, because some of them you're going to be able to quote very, very short periods of time. Others may take a little bit more. You don't want to quote out the hard job at the easy job price. That's the reason why we say it.
And a lot of you guys have asked for Mercedes and also Audi CarPlay Android Auto integrations, because you buy a $100,000 car and it doesn't come with the basics Apple CarPlay Android Auto. It's like buying a vehicle these days and not having power windows or having AC, which Ben is almost at the point of having neither in his car, because his car is just
don't need either of those.
Generally older. So, but
I have CarPlay and Android Auto wireless. Though.
He does. But shout out to RDVFL for making that happen. But regardless, I get a lot of questions on Audi. I want to add Apple CarPlay Android Auto and a backup camera to this. Look at RDVFL. I have a Mercedes-Benz, E-Series, S-Series, G-Series, GL, whatever. I want to add Apple CarPlay Android Auto. RDVFL. BMW, RDVFL. And it is a true plug and play with those vehicles. You just have to quote out, obviously pulling out the radio. Some of those vehicles are very difficult to pull out the factory radio. As you can see up here, factory connectors, plug and play. So you do have to make sure. There are specific notes on the website. So make sure you pay attention and match it up to the right one. Now, I've seen on some Mercedes where you have the little knob in the center console, you got the knob in the dash, and it'll tell you if you have the knob in this dash, you need this piece. If you have the knob over here, this piece. If you have 7 inches, this piece. 13.1 is that piece, etc.
Yeah, compatibility notes, guys. Check them out. There's very few that are going to require additional pieces, but again, there's so many different submodels and different changes that the manufacturers do to these vehicles. It's kind of crazy how many options are out there from the factory now that don't include CarPlay or Android Auto. There's still a lot of options. So just make sure you check those compatibility notes. Make sure you got everything that you're going to need. Again, most of the stuff's already going to be thought of for you, but there are going to be those situations, so don't get caught with your pants down.
So if you have any question, any doubt, you can either contact us at GoFast, your GoFast rep, or the RDVFL website has the number there. Like I told you, Rich is very, very informative. Make sure you give him a buzz if you have any doubt. Don't order this piece and get mad because you ordered the wrong piece. All you had to do is pick up the phone, call either one of your Go Fast reps or call Rich from RDVFL, and one of us will help you out to make sure you have the right piece. I've probably sold about 40 to 50 of these units and can tell you, have not had a bad experience with any of these units. It works as it's stated. If me personally, I don't know. I'm on a three-way call with the customer, with my customer, me, and Rich, and we're both asking him questions. He's like, yep, do this, this, and this. It literally is a 2-minute conversation. And it's like he knows everything off the top of his head. He's like, boom, just do this. Okay, cool. So Rich is very informative. His product is bulletproof. Like I said, I've even had recently from a customer had a Lamborghini Aventador that wanted to add Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Nobody in the industry made anything for that. Not a dash kit, not a harness, nothing. Rich had something.
But wait.
So we ended up calling Rich just to pick his brain a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, Aventador, no problem. I could do plenty of those. We do plenty of those." So he told me the part number, sent it off to the customer. Customer installed it in a few hours because taking apart an Aventador is not easy. Installed in a few hours and was extremely happy with all the features he gained by doing the RDVFL piece. One more thing we want to talk about is they make a Tesla-specific wireless CarPlay Android Auto.
There it is.
This is it?
There it is. Again, there's going to be some vehicles now that, again, the technology is very, very advanced. A lot of times the vehicles come with certain technologies that just have to be unlocked. So, again, this is all that it takes for a Tesla piece. I was going back and actually looking at the boxes. I'm like, well, where's the Tesla box? It's right here. That's it. That's literally the entirety of the piece there. There's USB-C and A to C connection in there, and that's pretty much it. What they also are going to give you is instructions on how to do this as well. So that's the other important thing that's in the box there. So again, if you're a reader, if you're a person that learns by reading instructions, there's going to be written instructions available for you. But also, again, a lot of video support. Mm-hmm. And I know these days, I'm a YouTube DIYer. I love when I have those kind of things open.
My boy could do it cheaper.
I can. I'm not working on a car, but most of the time with the cars, I have the knowledge. But when I'm messing other stuff up at my house, it's usually going to be because I'm checking out some videos on there as well. But there's going to be video support for people that learn better for videos. There's going to be manual support for people that love to read and have that stuff on there. Again, got you covered from a support standpoint, because this is a category, again, that hasn't been around forever. This is not something that you could say, I've been doing this since the 80s. Maybe a remote starter.
Maybe with 8-track and cassette decks.
Changing out radios. Yeah, sure, you could say that. But integrating CarPlay and Android Auto is still something that's relatively new. So having all of those resources there for you, at least through the first couple times, is tremendous, because I think it's usually the first couple times that kind of make you or break you. If you have a bad experience, you can't figure something out, a job that was supposed to take you an hour takes you 8 hours, you end up breaking the car. You never, ever want to go and explore that profitable category ever again. Rich and the team's going to be there to provide that hand-holding if need be. But again, a lot of this stuff, very, very easy. You guys are going to be capable right off the rip.
And especially when you're breaking a dash off of a brand new $2 million Lamborghini. I just wouldn't want to see that. Dude, that dash alone is going to cost like $40,000. So guys, please, RDVFL, please make sure you read the manual. And I kept the F out, RTFM. I kept the F out, but read the manual, please. Because let me tell you, when you get to those expensive cars, you may think breaking a Honda Civic dash kit, Toyota Corolla, even a Dodge Charger dash kit, yeah, that may be a few $1,000s. But breaking a exotic cars dash kit, because you didn't read the instructions, especially when it's provided to you with pictures, because if Rich has in his website, once you buy the product, if you want the instruction, detailed instruction, he does have a section on his website that it requires a dealer login. Rich will be more than happy to get you set up to get that access so you can pull up all the installation manuals. But guys, I'm begging you, please read the manuals on these. Some cars are very easy. Some cars are as easy as putting this thing in, plug it into USB, and you're done. And some cars is a little bit more technical, where you've got to take off like 48 screws, like on a Jeep new Jeep Wrangler JL, 48 screws to take out a radio. You got to make sure you follow the instructions on all these, these new pieces. Rich does the legwork for you. He's there for technical support. His products are bulletproof.
Yeah, and we're talking about a lot of the stuff that's very, very hot with GoFast. I think a lot of the solutions that we really have seen a lot of success with. But check out the website. Check out the accessories that he offers out. There's a lot of stuff on there that you guys are using on an everyday basis that you maybe are sourcing elsewhere that you can get right through RDVFL at wholesale. And then also they do things like camera integrations. So again, they're doing that with the CarPlay and Android Auto stuff, but they have dedicated just camera integration units. More stuff's out there. Definitely when you've got some time to sit down, maybe after the day, you're registering up for the Hicksville training, you got a cold beer crack, jump on rdvfl.com as well and just see what solutions are out there, because I guarantee you can be like, I just told somebody no. I just told a customer no 2 days ago. Hopefully you still got that phone number. You can call them right back. But they're going to have something, I guarantee, something that you didn't know you had access to.
And this is also not saying exclusive to EDA members, but all EDA members have RDVFL. So if you're watching this video and you're not in the New England area where you're approved to buy RDVFL from us, please get a hold of your local EDA member, and they'll be more than happy to get you set up and get you on your way with RDVFL products. Thank you very much to Rich and his insanely great products, for bringing it to the market. This is a much needed source for these products. Thank you very much, and thank you for being obviously an EDA and GoFast distributor supporter.
And we'll see you at Knowledge Fest Atlantic City.
Yeah. So guys, thank you for tuning in, and if you have any questions, especially on RDVFL, please give us a buzz or give Rich a buzz. Have a good day, guys.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Adios.